and welcome to Lauren's Travels. This is the Florida series where I check out new to me Florida cities and explore all of what they have to offer. Today we are technically starting in DeLand Springs, which is right next door to DeLand, because we are checking out the old sugar mill. It is a restaurant that is inside DeLand Springs, so you do have to pay admission to go into the springs, and the restaurant is right next door to the springs. The fascinating thing here for me and why there's an hour-long wait is because you can actually make your own pancakes at your table. So I'm very excited to check it out and to have some breakfast because I'm very hungry. First, we explore the springs itself. Now, of course, the springs are named after Juan Ponce de Leon, who sought out the Fountain of Youth here in Florida, and my whole video on St. Augustine kind of shows some of that. You can do a lot of things here. There are nature trails. You can also do boat tours, fishing, and of course swimming. There's a lot of history to the springs here. It's about 600 acres, has about 19 million gallons of water per day flowing from an underwater cavern, and it's always a constant temperature of 72 degrees. The Seminoles were here first, and there's a lot of interesting artifacts and fossils inside of the visitor center here. It actually used to have a hotel here, and they took it down in 1967, and the only thing that remains is the fireplace, which is still inside of the visitor center. You can bring your dogs here. I have seen a few dogs out today. And there's also a to-go window at the Sugar Mill restaurant. So if you're not wanting to sit around and wait for a table, that's another option for you. But I paid to be in here, so might as well wait for that table to be called. They're actually calling everyone's names over a speaker system. And of course, the Springs have a visitor center, so let's go check it out. There is no one in here. Everyone's waiting for their name to be called for dinner. Looks like there's a lot of history here for DeLand Springs. They have actually Mayan ruins here, Mayan shells and fossils. So that's really interesting. This is a 4,000-year-old deer skull. And this is very important to take a look at, is all of the lost tribes from the Native American community. Of course, they were here first, and these were all the tribes here in Florida, which you can definitely tell with a lot of the city and street names. So you can actually climb into this tree. I'm gonna do it. This is perfect. Now it's fall down, but not fall down. That was fun. I went to go throw something away, but there's a bright green spider and lots of little fuzzy caterpillars crawling all over the handles, so I'll hold on to my trash, I think. This is pretty cool. This is a map from the 1950s of the park. Looks like there was a jungle cruise where you could see Monkey Island. I would hope that there are monkeys there. And it looks like they used to have some trapeze artists out here too. So this is some history about the wheel itself. It's been around since the 1800s, but of course the building that was originally here is no longer standing. Looks like in 1835 the mill was destroyed by Seminole Indians at the beginning of the Second Seminole War. In 1864 it was destroyed again, this time by Union troops during the Civil War, because the owner was supplying food to Confederate troops. There's also several pavilions you can rent out, and the trees are so nice over here. You can tell they've been here for a very long time. And right now it's nice, the sun's peeking out, but in a few hours it's going to rain, so my goal is to do as much as possible in DeLand before that rain starts. But first, pancakes.
We're ready for the Lauren party. Lauren.
That's me.
Lauren.
I'm going. Okay, time for pancakes, but here's the second Fountain of Youth. Here's a look at the menu. They do have gluten-free options for anyone that is gluten-free, but of course it's all you can eat pancakes. You get this griddle right here on the center of your table, so you can make them right at your table. And I've got a really great view. I can actually see the boats dropping off and picking up, and little waterfall there, and the springs, which are right over here to the right-hand side. So nice view. I am ready for some pancakes, and I just ordered some orange juice. So you get different kinds of flour, mixture of 5 fresh stone-grown flowers, served with raw honey syrup and molasses. And then you can add extra toppings or things to put inside your pancakes. So I think I'm gonna get some blueberries and chocolate chips. Those are my go-to choices for pancakes. And the restaurant's really cool. It feels like an old barn in here. And there's photos from the springs back in the day. And there's a lot of people in here, but I'm gonna try to show you without being too creepy here. Got these giant fans. And you've also got a big old gear here on the side. So there are 2 different pitchers that you get for your flour. This is the All-American White in the red, and then you have like a buckwheat in the blue. So I am trying the American White with the blueberries, and then the buckwheat with the chocolate chip. All right, and now the moment of truth to finally dig in and see how these pancakes are. I think I'm just gonna do with regular syrup on top for now. All right, now time for the buckwheat. Recently had buckwheat and crepes before when I went to Epcot. It's good, but I definitely prefer the white flour, the traditional. This just has more of a earthy taste. And after visiting and having my breakfast, I had to check out the gift shop. They've got some cool iron-on patches here. They've also got some jewelry made by someone that's local. Look how cute these little manatees are. Adorable. Even the restaurant has their own shirts, so you can get a shirt to commemorate your visit. They also have inner tubes and goggles that you can purchase for the springs themselves. Lots of different kinds of jerky, including alligator. And they do have some hot sauces and barbecue sauces here, as well as some maple syrup. And they sell their pancake mixes, so you can take some home and make it with their flour here. They've got the whole grain and the all-American or early American mixes. And there's also some special coffee from Trilogy. I'm guessing that's also a local coffee shop here. But yeah, you can get your own medium roast blend of coffee. Breakfast is all you can eat for the pancakes, and I feel like that's always wasted on me because I never go all out. I think I had about 4 pancakes and called it quits, but that's because we only have a few more hours of sunlight left before it starts torrentially downpouring, because that's Florida. So we have still a lot more to check out in DeLand, so let's go. I had to come see this beautiful Athens Theater. It looks like it was built in 1921, and it is fantastic architecture. It would be so fun to see a play or musical here. It's right across from the Volusia County Courthouse, which looks very majestic as well, but not as majestic as the theater. I would love to see this theater at night, all lit up. I'm sure it looks fantastic. And look at those stained glass windows. So beautiful. And there is a little plaque out here because it is a significant historic landmark here. Looks like it started as a silent film and vaudeville theater, and now they continue to have plays and movies shown here. Here is where the magic began. The owner of the theater saw me taking videos, and when he asked what I was doing, I told him I just really love old buildings, and he let me inside. And I wish I had recorded more inside, but I was listening to the stories of this theater. He told me about the history of the dancing people on the very top of the theater. That is actually supposed to be Elizabeth Stetson in the middle there facing out. They restored that as well as several parts of the theater. The seats they had remade by the same company that made the originals. It was such a pleasure to meet the owner and also meet Maisie, who was the theater dog there. She's only about 5 months old, and I just really thought it was the most magical part of my day and probably one of my favorite filming experiences with my videos here on YouTube so far. Right place, right time. That worked out. I got to meet the guy who is the current owner of the Athens Theater and his dog Maisie, who was super cute. And it turns out he actually used to work for the Ringling, so that was fun. Kind of ties into my last video, or more recent video of the Ringling. But yeah, super fascinating history of the Athens Theater. They reopened in 2009 because they went down for refurbishment for about 20 years, and it was so cool to see the inside. I did get a brochure, so they have the 2022 season out now. So if you are in the area or close by, go support them. They're super cool, and I would love to come see a show here, maybe someday in the future. So shout out to the owner. I didn't get his name, but he was super nice, and yeah, I love the Athens Theater now. And at the suggestion of the lovely owner from the Athens Theater, he said to come check out the Artisan Alley, which is right around the corner from the theater itself. So let's go check it out. It's not too big of an alley to walk, but maybe we'll find some fun things. We've got this organ or piano here. It's called the Musical Butterfly. And you can play it. Uh-oh. Some of the keys may not be working. There's a few places here for lunch, but I am still full on pancakes, so I'm gonna skip, but this looks nice. And this is right across from Artist Alley. It looks like they have a brewery here, and it also looks like they do live shows out here. Plenty of spacing and a big open stage for it. Persimmon Hollow is the brewery that is here in DeLand, so if you are interested in trying out some of their craft brews, this would be where you would want to go. And there's several historic buildings here built in the 20s, so it's also pretty interesting to see all the different buildings that were here over 100 years ago. I think I'm gonna go in this shop here, the Nest, see if I can find any fun little gifts. The decor in here is so cute. I love those lights on the wall there and all the different paper lanterns everywhere. I like this. They also have like infusion jars, perfect for your teas, or yeah, I would say tea would be the best thing, or water. Yeah, you can use it as mixers for cocktails, or also just like water. And now we're gonna check out the Sidecar, which is a market and also a bar. So we can try a little drink here on the main strip of DeLand. This is such a cool looking bar. And this is the market right when you walk in. Love this. Oh, and they've got these really cute candles. I've seen these close by at Gasp and Winter Park. Ooh, my husband will kill me if I bring another mug home, but this one's really cute. And they're playing, well, when it works. Lucy is on the screen. It's probably an older movie that she did. Or maybe it's her show. I love this. Looks like it's on hold for somebody. But that's gorgeous. So they sell furniture here, as well as some cute little gifts and trinkets. Loving this chip plate pineapple serving set, and it's pink and white, so cute. This atomic drinkware is gonna kill me. These are extra adorable. Love the little dinosaur planters. And then there's also this cute little area right here. And it looks like they have a little clothing market back here too. So much to see. And I see Hellcats here. that's close to me. I got to visit their store and talk to them. So it feels like all my videos are tying into this trip somehow. Oh, and you know I love pins, so I have to check these out. Look at this cute disco ball. I love sours, so I got the Serenity Now. Little Seinfeld reference there. And the color is beautiful. It's supposed to taste like chocolate covered cherries sour ale. That does taste like chocolate covered cherries. Ooh, I like it. There's one more place I want to take you to before we leave DeLand, and that's over at Stetson University, which is the main university here in the city. And also, the Stetsons pretty much helped build DeLand. So let's go check it out. And I parked by the courthouse, and they have this beautiful little courthouse plaza here that empties out to the main street. Very cute area to walk around. And they also have public restrooms here. I'm sure everything pretty much glows at night. And here is a look from the other side. It's called Chess Park. There's a little red bird right there in the tree too. So pretty. This is the Gillespie Museum at Stetson University. This museum has one of the largest gem and mineral collections in the Southeast United States. And I love crystals, so let's go see what's inside. They have charts here that are kind of like introduction sheets, tell you all about minerals and also all about rocks. This is huge. There's some petrified wood here from Arizona. And over here we have a petrified sequoia tree from Colorado. Ooh, and then there's some caves here. Got some fake bats flying above. And there are some classes going on, so I will probably not be talking as much through this museum. I don't want to bother anyone because it seems like classes are happening while in here, but this is a beautiful display case of all different kinds of crystals. I wish I had something of this size, but like, how do you display it? You need a case like this. Some beautiful malachite here. I love it. And I know my friend Melissa would really like to come here. Oh, look how pretty. Looks like the ocean. And we've got a little bit of history about different crystals like emerald, amethyst, which is one of my favorites because I love the color purple. Some quartz. And of course the most popular, diamonds. And there's some diamonds in the display case here. Beautiful, catching the light at all the right angles. museum has limited hours, but it is a free museum, so it's definitely something to check out if you're in the DeLand area. It's starting to get a little darker and cooler out, so I think it is time to head back to Orlando. Thank you so much for joining me here on Lauren's Travels. I hope you liked this new addition to the Florida series, and make sure to check out the rest of the playlist if you haven't caught up already. I'll see you next time on Lauren's Travels. Bye!